Hello everyone, a very good afternoon. I am Gaurav Dubey from Logistics Insider and I welcome all the audience and our distinguished panelists to our third e-meet warehousing sector rising to the COVID-19's challenge, powered by TCI Supply Chain Solutions. We are a month into the nationwide lockdown due to the outbreak of novel coronavirus. And as we find our way out of this pandemic situation, each day we are reminded of how it has completely changed the many shades of our life, society, and economy. The virus has its consequences and will leave a lasting impression on industries throughout the world, especially the unorganized ones. And it is no secret that the warehousing industry in India is largely unorganized and highly fragmented, which means it is taking a major hit in the present scenario. Now, a warehouse is a fundamental part of business infrastructure and is one of the key enablers in the supply chain. And I can see more than 200 people live now. So, without any further delay, I would like to request our today's moderator, Mr. Jasjit Sethi, who is CEO from PCI Supply Chain Solutions, and to take the charge and officially start the e-meet. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're comfortable in your homes, or some of you may be on your place of work as well. And I hope you're keeping good spirits, both for yourself, your colleagues, and the family. It's important to look after yourself holistically at this point in time, and I hope you're doing that. Friends, we're living very strange times, and many quotes have been dug up about this. One of my favorites is one which is attributed to Lenin, which goes as follows: there are decades when nothing happens, and then there are weeks when decades happen. Nothing could be more true of the last 4 weeks, what we have seen, uh, compared to maybe even decades of change, even a country like India, which has a lot of pace of change. Uh, Now, while nothing could be closer to the truth, some of us may argue that this was disaster waiting to happen. Why didn't we prepare? What blindsided us at all? But this is for another forum. Our forum is on warehousing, which is a critical part of supply chain. So we will keep to our subject of warehousing, how it is coping up to the new challenge.
Thank you, Jasjit. Well, this pandemic is nothing new. Let's be very clear. Right from 372 AD till today, there have been 18 pandemics. The last one was, of course, SARS, and before that was Spanish flu. Now, in the Spanish flu, if you remember, the death toll was 50 million. And then there was another semi-pandemic which spread from China to India, Korea, Japan. The death toll was 30 million. That was in 1919, just 1 year after the First World War started. So this is nothing new. As a matter of fact, the only thing new is that it's much more widely spread. Spanish flu was mostly in Europe, less in North America, more in Asia. Africa was free. Ebola was more in Africa, less in Asia, but a small segment of North America was affected. This is for the first time that the people all over have been affected. One thing more, just see, I'd like to add that the death toll here is very low. The mortality rate is 0.6% only. That's a major thing. And secondly, most of the infections are being caused by asymptomatic. There are no symptoms of the people who are spreading the infection. But yes, the supply chain has been disrupted badly. The economy has been shattered, and we are going into a new normal, as you very correctly said. But that new normal would be starkly different from the normal that we are habituated with.
See, I totally take Dr. Bikram Lamba's point that it's not new for the fatality that we are getting this COVID. But again, it is also true, none of the ecosystem was prepared to have this type of shock, economic shock. Coming to the retail and e-commerce, it is actually the same type of problem the entire industry is facing as the other parts of the business are facing, like textile or any other manufacturing company. Now, how we are actually taking this up in the larger ecosystem, how we will fight it back, and what will be the situation in next 2-3 months or next 1 or 2 years, that we cannot anticipate at this point of time.
Mr. Lamba is very correct. I'm telling you that if you look into the complete scenario at this stage, nothing much has changed. It's just, we have exaggerated this last 1 month of lockdown beyond our life. There is no natural disaster that has taken place.
Agreed.
All your infrastructure is in place. The consumer is waiting, and moment you leave the consumer, you will see the rush that is going to take place. We will come back with a revenge on to what has been done to us by, making us sit in our home. So consumerism is going to increase. As far as manpower is concerned, I can't even understand at what level the manpower is impacted, except yes, they are not available right now, but they are there. It may take few months for everything to be in place, but the fact is, everything is intact in the world. It's just a matter of time. It's a way of living. We all will adjust. Yes, there are some industries which is going to be impacted. Those industries will also find a way to deal with the situation and come back.
For this COVID-19 situation, I would say India was not prepared. When you will compare this situation with European countries, they have kind of automation in the warehouses and in logistics infrastructure. So comparing those things, when the time will come to after this situation, these restriction will lift, then probably we have to think on the automations in the warehouses so that our dependency on the manpower can be relaxed in that term. So that's the remark I would say in warehousing to start with. Rest this whole situation, we don't know what the impact, as Holkar sir rightly said, nobody know. This labor has not gone. It is they are there. So probably this restriction will lift, then probably we will come to know how much labor and what kind of resources we are impacting.
On this forum, I would like to discuss, this warehousing supply chain. The disruption has happened, and how we are going to meet out these challenges, which was totally uncertain. As you all know, last week we had detailed conversations with the other infrastructure areas like CFS, ICDs, port terminals, and all that. Now we have already represented to the government the biggest challenges now with this capital intensive and labor intensive industry. Basically now ports are getting full. Because of that, all our CFSs, so we have about more than 8 CFSs in India, all are getting full, and thereby we are now requesting our importers to clear it as early as possible. In the meantime, during the lockdown period, the government has come out asking us to give the complete waiver. That has become the excuse for all the importers and exporters not to do the business, or keep the containers and treat the ICDs and CFSs as their storage yards. Now, the biggest challenge is that in order to decongest port, CFSs and ICDs have been established. Now, even CFSs and ICDs are going to be congested. Now, basically, now the warehousing supply chain areas will have to come in quickly and ensure that the importers move the containers to the warehouses and start. Of course, we have forwarding distribution challenges like transportation and other evacuation problems. But it's high time that warehouses have to come in quickly to take care of this congestion. Otherwise, the whole thing will be in a chaos once the lockdown is open, because we'll get completely knocked down.